You ready to learn that part? Then let's go. Kung Fu Chronicles, what's up, you, and oh, I see a you, and definitely you.
This goes out to you.
Thank you guys for checking in, checking in, and clearly you guys like the 3 sectional staff, and I'm right there with you. It's one of my favorite weapons too. We're going to wrap things up today with the 3rd and final parts of this series. We're going to give you that last piece of the pie so that after this, you can connect all 3 of the videos, and then you will be able to do the very first part of this Ying Jow Pai Northern Eagle Claw form. That is the 3 sectional staff, or better known as the Sanjiequan. But before I even go there, you know what to do. Go ahead and drop me a little like down below. It really helps me out. Leave some comments. Let us know things that you're enjoying. Also, ideas for other videos, weapons you'd like to see me demonstrate in future videos, things like that. Or if you just even want to say hi. What's up? And of course, while you're at it, follow me on each and every social site that's available to you. Support the channel here as well, because that of course allows me to make more videos that you will hopefully enjoy. And do yourself a favor, stay to the end of this video so that you can see, of course, how we can connect all 3 things, as I said before. So if you haven't watched part 1 or 2 of the video, I'll leave the links up here for you guys. Check those out first, then come back to this tutorial so that you'll be able to learn all 3 techniques of this Ying Jow Pai set. Yes, there is an actual method to my madness.
Whatever that means.
This time we're talking the one-handed flower, which will shift from one hand to the other as we move along and walk along, just like we did with the 2-handed traditional one. But I promise you, if you've already gotten down the traditional 2-handed flower, the one-handed is going to be a breeze. Remember that everything we do with the 3 sectional is rooted and has its foundation in all that starts from the, yes, you guessed it, the regular staff, the bow or the quan. Also, quick note, safety first. If you're not feeling as comfortable yet using the 3 sectional, you're fearing that it might hit you here and there or whatever, you're not quite comfortable with the speed and all that, I advise you to either A, get the rubber version of this, which is available online. You can grab one and it doesn't do quite as much damage, I promise.
I'd buy that for $1.
Or just use headgear, sparring gear will suffice. As you saw in the beginning of the video, it looks just like this. And we're gonna take it from one side to the other side, one side to the other side, one side to the other. The previous video we did the 2-handed flower where we talked about switching from side to side. This is the same thing. Obviously now you're using one hand. The major difference is going to be your wrist is going to do a lot more work than it did when you had the 2-hand, because you had a second hand to help you with the transition. So the basics of this flower: start from the ready position, get somewhere in the middle of the staff as best as you can find it. Your middle portion where you've got equal mobility on both sides, and then from there, that's where you know you're going to start the flower, just like we did the 2-handed. From here, I want to stretch this thing out in front. That's where I know I'm even. That's my starting position. I want you to start to rotate in towards my leg that's pointed back. So from here, I start from in my arrow stance. I have the staff pointed out towards that knee. Then I'm going to rotate the staff back towards that back leg. So literally just going back towards the back leg and out again towards the front to the knee. Back towards the back leg, out in front towards the knee. Back towards the back leg, out in front towards the knee. Back towards the back leg, back out in front towards the knee. My wrist stays loose, my fingers stay loose. I don't just keep the fingers tight because I want some movement on the staff. I don't want to look blocky. Do not look like RoboCop. I don't want you to look like I want you to actually be able to make the staff flow, and if I keep my fingers nice and loose, I'll accomplish that. So again, starting in this position, going from this position here at the knee, going towards the back leg, down towards the back leg and back up towards the knee, down towards the back leg, back up towards the knee. Notice the hand kind of stays in a ready position. Reason being, this looks lazy and it looks bad when you're doing forms if you have a dead hand. No dead hands. My Sigong used to say, Master Sham, no dead hand, don't keep that hand. Looks bad, it does, and he's right. So have this at a position, and practically, for those that always like to relate to practicality in fighting, this is just in case the weapon gets knocked out of your hand, you still have one ready to go and in that fighting position, ready to do something. You always stay ready, right?
I'm with that.
And we do it again. This time we're just happen to be on the other side. Now notice I haven't changed my stance yet. And that's where the footwork's gonna come in, but I just wanna have the transition down so people can see that. So one more time, down towards the back leg, up towards the knee, down towards the back leg, up towards the knee, and I put this hand out so that I can transition as the staff rolls over here. This hand is waiting to catch it. As I catch, I'm just switching positions. Now, when we do the footwork, we will change, meaning as I catch that staff on the other side, I will do it at the same time that I step. Now, so if I start from the top, down from the back leg up towards the knee, down to the back leg up towards the knee, I make my transition and I step. Look at that, down towards the back leg up towards the knee. Now from this position, as you're practicing, down towards the back leg up towards the knee, down towards the back leg up towards the knee, start practicing the shift as you change from leg to leg. Then you will have the footwork already in place. And then it will be time for you to do what? Yes, move on to that 3-section staff. Down towards the backside, up towards the knee, down towards the backside, up towards the knee, down towards the backside, up towards the knee. Okay, each time I switch hands, I'm gonna step. Okay, so here I go. 1 side, I'm gonna step. 2 side, I'm gonna step. 3 side, I'm gonna step. And so on. Let's do it from a different angle. 1 side, I'm gonna step, turn. 1 side, I'm gonna step and switch. 2 side, I'm gonna step and switch. And so on. Once you guys get comfortable just doing the flower, going side to side, practice that till you can't flower anymore. Then add the steps. Do one thing first, because once you're comfortable with this flower and going from side to side, once this is clean, then the steps are easy as hell. So you're just adding stepping. And every time you switch sides, take a step. So from here, I step, then I step, then I step. Finalmente part of this, okay? We're gonna end it, and we're gonna end this with a stop. Just like we did the first part where we're doing the traditional flower behind the back and we did a stop on the ground, we're doing the same thing. This time, no behind the back, it's just 1 side, 2 side, 3 side, stop. Okay, so it's gonna look like this, like I showed you in the beginning of the video. 1 side, 2 side, 3 side, and stop. Once you've gotten that down, you've gotten the very first part of this Ying Jow Pai form completely done. Now combine all that we've learned from video 1, video 2, and now 3, and do the complete portion of the set. Okay, so there you have it. 3 parts for 3 sections. Congratulations, by the way, if you've made it this far and through all 3 videos, you now know the very first part and can practice the very first part of our 3-sectional staff form from the Ying Jow Pai, the Northern Eagle Claw system that was passed down through Master Lung Shum. Okay guys, hope this was informative for you and benefited you. You learned a thing or two. If there are things you're having difficulties on, what's your feedback? Things you may or may not like, let me know down below in the comments. Of course, I will see you all in the next round. Stay safe. Keep swinging, practicing, and of course, keep punching.